and welcome back to Andy's Corner, and welcome to my garage. Sorry it's a little messy right now. We're got some projects going on, so I thought maybe we'd share a little bit of that with you, so I apologize for the mess. But, most of the videos, if you follow the channel, are usually about heating and air, but not everything has to be about heating and air all the time. We do get weekends off here and there, if we're lucky, and so, there's all kinds of projects around the house to do, woodworking projects, honey-do list, whatever it may be. So today we're going to be building some shelves. My wife was wanting some shelves, and we went looking at some furniture stores, and we looked online at different things. And furniture they want way more than what it's worth, I think, in a lot of it, which there is some really nice furniture out there. But we just wanted some basic shelves. We don't need anything too awful fancy, but we wanted it to look nice because it is going to be in the house, or some of them are. So, we wanted everything to look decent. And so I went looking around online at some different plans, and I found a style of shelving that is actually pretty easy to make. It's relatively inexpensive. We can make some shelves. I saw some that they are selling online that go for anywhere for $500 to $1,000, and I can build one for less than $100. So, there's other options out there, and this is a good one. These are pretty basic shelves. You don't have to have a lot of carpentry skills to be able to do it. You have to be able to use a few power tools and things like that. Read a tape measure, basic stuff. Because I am not a carpenter. I'm not a well-seasoned carpenter by any means. So it's just a little bit of practice and a little bit of ingenuity. Usually you can do it. So if you're worried that you're not going to be able to do your own shelves or build something like this, don't worry about it. If I can do it, anybody can. It's not complicated. You just have to make sure you have the right tools. First off, you're going to need a chop saw or miter saw of some sorts to cut all your boards, which I'll have a cut list on there a little bit later as far as what all your measurements are. And that's the great thing about these shelves is you can make them however you want. You can change how tall you want the shelves to be. Each shelf can be a different height. You can make the widths different. The ones we're doing today, I'm doing a set of 3-foot shelves. We've got some 6 and 8 footers that we built for some long-term storage on some things. The shelves are good and sturdy. They'll hold just about anything, and you can make it exactly how you want. That's the biggest thing, is we wanted to be able to fit the shelves to fit our house, or what we were wanting to do with each different one. So we've made several different ones, and like I said, you can do it in an afternoon, a morning. It is not a time-consuming thing by any means. Once you get all your boards stained and sealed and all that. So some of the basic stuff you're going to have, obviously a tape measure, good pencil, always need a square. A couple different styles of clamps, because you are going to want to clamp all your boards together with any kind of woodwork, or definitely with any kind of furniture. You want to clamp all those boards before you run screws in them, because you want to make sure everything is sucked up nice and tight so it's good and sturdy. You're going to need a drill of some sorts, drill driver. You can use whatever you want. I am personally partial to the DeWalt impacts, but that's just me and part of what I do for a living. So, good impact of some sorts. For this project, it is much easier if you have a right angle drill or a right angle attachment. DeWalt makes these handy dandy little right angle attachments. It takes a regular impact. Now all of a sudden you have a right angle drill. Beautiful thing. If you don't have a right angle drill, you can pick one of those up. I think it's like 20 bucks at Home Depot. They're pretty inexpensive, but it is well worth it because it's going to make things a lot easier later on when you go to put things together. So I would recommend that. You're going to need, obviously, a sander of some sorts. Use 220 grit sandpaper on it. That way you can sand all your boards down nice and smooth before you stain. And then you're going to want a pocket hole. It's best to use a pocket hole jig because we are going to be drilling pocket holes in these. And I think I'm going to do another video on how to actually drill pocket holes. But Craig makes a super easy pocket hole jig. You can pick up one of the little pocket jigs for next to nothing. You can buy the fancier ones that are a little more, whatever you want. But there are a lot of pocket holes in these, so you definitely want a good jig. That works out well. The other thing you're going to need are Craig pocket hole, or Craig screws. They are made specifically for pocket holes. We're using 2.5-inch screws on everything today because we're going to be using some 1.5-inch thick boards. 2.5-inch screws work perfect. But that Craig screw, you don't want to cheap out on those and just buy general purpose screws for the pocket holes. These are made specifically for that. They've got a different style of thread, and it also has a little washer type head on it. So those are made specifically for that, so I would highly recommend that. And then whenever you get all your boards cut, you get them drilled, sanded down, and you want everything nice and smooth. Then you go through and you can stain them. You can stain them whatever color you want. Obviously, there's a million different colors to stain out there. But stain it, we use Minwax. You can use whatever you want, but Minwax always seems to do pretty well. So stain your boards, and then after you get the color that you want, everything's all done with that, everything's good and dry. You want to use polyurethane. Minwax also makes that. There's other brands out there, but polyurethane everything. It's going to seal that wood. It's going to seal that stain in. It's going to help the shelves with their durability, putting stuff on it. Like I said, these shelves will hold just about anything, or quite a bit anyways. So, if you're moving things around on there, you don't want to scratch and scuff that thing up every time you look at it. So polyurethane everything, and that's about it as far as tools. So we're going to cut all of our boards, we're going to drill our pocket holes, we are going to sand everything down, stain it, seal it, and then we'll put it together. So it's just that easy. So let's see what we can do.